In the corner of the basement, a shadow-like figure is seen only seconds before the footage cuts out. This is Roblox's Footage Archives, an ARG created around 2020. Each video consists of Roblox attempting to cover up something more sinister than they want their players to see. It gives you the feeling like you are alone in a Roblox game at night and something goes terribly wrong. In this video, I'll reveal the story about the Roblox Footage Archives. It was December of 2003, only a year after Roblox was founded. The first footage of their launch would be recorded and the video would go on normally with someone testing the client. Until around a minute in, red static would flood the screen. This red static can also be seen at the end of over 15 different videos in the archive. I looked around the archive more and found 5 videos called Blank 1 through 5. Blank 5 would start off with a message: "You are not safe here." A guest can be seen walking backwards and each of the locations in the client can be seen throughout the archive. But what really stood out here were the 2 other messages in the video: Roblox Brainwashing and No Limits Fun. But what did these 2 messages mean? I looked at the next video in the archive called Roblox Psychological Operations. I was playing the town of Robloxia alone. It began storming, so I used my umbrella and the red static began to appear on my screen. I was teleported to a factory, and as soon as I tried to walk through the door, my screen glitched and flashed colors. This becomes a reoccurring theme in each video, with static flooding the screen and an error message appearing. But one video is strikingly more different than the others. Infant sounds inside Roblox Bowling.mp4. The player is alone again when they hear a sound of an infant crying. They try looking around the map, but they find nothing. The player goes behind the cash register and into a room with a door. As they get closer to the door, the sounds only get louder. The player would walk into the room before the screen would be censored due to illegal content. The sky would flood with darkness and a gunshot can be heard. Blood can be visibly seen on the screen, but it's unknown if the gunshot was coming from the player or something else. Something more sinister. It seems as if the crying and static had caused the player to become brainwashed or go insane. Once the player finally reached their breaking point, they pulled the trigger. It's almost like Roblox planned a psychological experiment.
現在、ゲームクライアントで致命的なエラーが発生しています。ゲームサーバーの問題が原因で、当面はウェブサイトをシャットダウンする必要があります。当面はゲームやウェブサイトに入らないでください。法的責任を負うことになり、罰金が課される可能性があります。このイベントについて、あなたが知っている信頼できる人と話さないでください。これが起こらなかったふりをしてください。
From these 2 messages, I could tell clearly there is something more going on. This is why I believe this is a psychological brainwashing experiment done by the corporation. Roblox has probably tried to cover up these incidents, and those who spoke about it would be fined with the cost of their life. Away from the red static can be seen a player walking into the Roblox HQ. As they are walking around, the screen flashes. By looking at the leaderboard, it can be seen that another player joined. By taking a closer look at the username, it is in close resemblance of Roblox hacker 1x1x1x1. The player proceeded to walk into the basement where the noise of a sword can be heard. The player decides to walk down the hall when they see a shadow-like figure in the corner. Another time 1x1x1x1 would be spotted was on February 13th of 2008 in a video called the pit.mp4. After the player jumps down the deep pit, their account is immediately terminated. The final time they'd be spotted was on April 17th of 2008. The whole map would turn dark, and seconds later 1x1x1x1 can be seen before finally disappearing after the screen flashes. There were many pieces of media where the screen glitches and images would flash on the screen, but what could these images mean? At some point in one of the videos, an image of the moon can be seen on the screen. A new play character can be seen playing alone when they jump off the map. All of a sudden, their screen begins flashing. If you pause quick enough, you can see a clear image of what looks like a Roblox basement, almost like the one seen in the Roblox headquarters or the psychological operations video. A report of view screen would then appear before the screen would fade into red static. Then again in the Roblox car glitch video and the sword fights on the heights video, you can also see what looks like two humanoid figures. On August 2nd, 2011, another player would play alone in a Roblox obby when their screen would transform into something never seen before. The player walks up to a dark figure where the text looks like it reads, "Your fear is justified." Seconds later, the player would completely fall off the map. Brickhill is one of the longest lasting sandbox sites on the internet, lasting for over 6 years and longer than other Roblox clones like Brickplant.